Hello and welcome back to the Leadership TKO Night Show. I'm Lakeisha McKnight, the creator of the Leadership TKO brand, which falls under the company, the International Leadership Education and Development Company, where we're actually partnering. We're partnering up with associations, with small businesses, and with all types of other universities to build winning leaders. Definitely learn more about the Leadership TKO brand by visiting www.leadershiptko.com. All right, so welcome back. We're back here and we're still laying the foundation for you to understand a little bit more about Leadership TKO, with TKO standing for Truths That Have Kept the Overcomer. The Overcomer, just to make sure you heard that correctly. So the Overcomer. And basically, we're providing you with principles that are applicable for every leader in the home, the corporate world, as well as in business as entrepreneurs. And so we're actually embarking upon Leadership TKO Truth number 10. So hopefully you're ready for this one. This is a big one because if this principle is not carried out, it can be detrimental to the success of every organization, and it can be its downfall. Okay. And of course, it can break up homes. So we definitely want to focus in on this truth. So let's dive on into it. So leaders must be aware of their own emotions, manage them well, and are aware of the emotions of those around them. Yes, you must be intelligent, competent on your own feelings, knowing how you feel in a given moment. Be able to address those feelings and emotions wisely. And then, of course, being aware of those emotions of your teammates, those who may be around you. Let's break this down a bit further. Being competent, being aware of your own feelings and emotions. You see, this is a critical point here that many leaders pass up. They totally pass up because most times they're not in tune with themselves. Let me ask you a question. How in tune are you with yourself right now? How do you feel right now in this given moment as you're listening to this message and to this podcast? What type of emotion would you provide or give to yourself? What feeling are you having in your body, inside of you right now? Get in tune with yourself right now. Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you excited? Are you shocked? Are you surprised? What is your feeling right now? What is that emotion that you're feeling right now? And why do you feel the way that you feel? Answer that. If it's not a pleasant emotion, let's do something about it. Okay, let's take action on it, because that is also where many leaders fail, because they struggle with some things they're dealing with inside. They don't deal with it, and then it spills over in their career, their businesses. And if there's an unhealthy leader at the top of a company, leading a home, it impacts everything and everyone else that falls below it. So if there is a CEO that's not healthy, it impacts the other managers, it impacts the direct line workers and everyone else a part of it, even the contractors. If a mother is not satisfied and is really going through something right now inside of the home as a female, that impacts everyone else inside of the home. So it's important for you, if you're a woman, you're listening to this, important for you to know how you're feeling in a given moment. And if it's not a pleasant emotion or feeling, to address it right there in that moment. So how do you address these emotions, right? How do you really get at the heart of it? Some, of course, go out and they want to seek a counselor or a coach to walk them through some of the things that they're facing. Okay. It could be something, of course, that happened in your past that needs to be dealt with. Let's deal with it. You see, this is the reason why, I've actually did some studying and partnering up with some organizations, right, to get to a point where my nonprofit can actually provide services, mental health services for lady CEOs, because it's important for lady CEOs to get in touch with their emotions. We're going to be providing at the nonprofit level emotional intelligence type of coaching to help them to get in contact and in touch with their emotions so they'll be able to press on, overcoming issues of the past and being able to do something about it so that they can have a successful career. You see, this is important. Many of them don't deal with it. It could be issues from the past that may be sexual abuse, molestation as a child. It could be that they didn't fully deal with a loss of a loved one. They're grieving still. They didn't grieve the right way. Maybe this is something that you're dealing with that you haven't completely really worked through and processed. Because if it hasn't been completely processed, it's going to come back up. Okay, it will come back up. And it will spill over, of course, into your professional life and your career. Maybe, of course, you've been isolating yourself because you haven't completely dealt with these issues, right? Maybe you feel socially awkward when you go to networking events. The reason why these things happen is because you're not in tune completely with your emotions and haven't dealt with some of those things from your past. So let's get in tune with it. And the other piece of this truth is being aware of the emotions of others around you. It could be your teammates. It could be just, potential customers. You have to be in tune and well knowledgeable about how customers may feel or how your teammates may feel, and be compassionate towards others as well. That's really important because that lets your team members, it lets your clients and potential leads know that you're human and that you understand how they feel or may understand how they feel. Okay? This allows you to build strong relationship, and it allows people to want to connect with you at a deeper level because they're getting to know you and like you. Emotional intelligence is critical to your team members bonding with you and wanting to continue to fulfill your company's mission. And of course, your family members connecting with you. And it's also important for potential leads to want to buy into who you are, right? And a little bit more about your products and your services that you have to offer. So let's come in tune with our emotions, knowing certain emotions, how you feel in given situations, right? And addressing those emotions if they're not pleasant, while also being in touch with the emotions of those around you. This is Leadership TKO Truth number 10. I definitely want you to stick around. If you haven't been aware, we're on a campaign right now where we're actually encouraging women, ladies, if you're listening, if you're a female listening to this podcast, to stand up and be aware of the issues that we're facing around the world: human sex trafficking, domestic violence, abuse as a child that hasn't been dealt with. All of these issues need to be dealt with in order for us to be successful in our careers and walk in our purpose. So let's stand up. Let's let the world know. Traditionally, yes, we may have some things we're dealing with, but it does not prevent us from walking and moving forward in our purpose. We have the ability to lead and the capacity to lead in any industry, just like a male does, right? So stand up and let's declare that we are women and we were born to lead. Do this by joining with me and over 10,000 women around the world. Simply go to www.borntolead2017.com to join the campaign. But I want to say thank you so much for connecting. Definitely come back here tomorrow night and we'll continue on with these leadership truths. But until then, remember to think, speak, and live leadership.